All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us for Armchair Travel to Paris, a live walk highlighting Christmas in Paris. French tour guide Patrick Herpe returns to give viewers a live tour of Paris. He'll be walking while zooming with us to show live video of Paris decorated for Christmas. We're going to visit the Galeries Lafayette Department Store. He's going to show us their famous animated window displays. And if weather permits, which thankfully it has, Patrick will take us up on their roof terrace to see Paris from above. We'll get a view of the dome of the galleries. We're going to see the Eiffel Tower, and we'll be able to see the city's big Christmas tree. So I again want to thank the Friends of the Library and Corning Life Sciences for sponsoring today's program. So nearly 250 of us who are watching live and the many more that will watch the recording. Let's give a big virtual round of applause to Patrick for joining us here today. And Patrick, you can take it away. Thanks so much.
Thanks a lot, Robert. I say hello to everybody. I just saw a quick personal hello from Suzanne. Hello, Suzanne. Nice to see you here. And hello to all the other ones which are with us tonight, with Robert and Tewksbury Library. I try to pronounce it correctly. So I'm very, very happy. And we're going to have a fantastic tour. As Robert said, we may have facing sometime a little bit of little bit of trouble when we are in the shop. It's so crowded, it's Christmas time and people go to this department store to visit, to buy, when it's overcrowded. And so during the time we will go down from the 7th floor where I am right now to the ground floor. Of course, I will, that's fantastic, Bonnie. I will come the video on my face, not because this is the best image of Paris, but because it's better than if you see the back of somebody in front of me in the escalators. So right now I want to show that view, which is not the one I started showing to Robert before. I decided to change Robert. And right now I'm here. I'm here because you see, we are at the 7th floor, and from here we can distinguish Montmartre. Okay, so you see from the gallery, from the rooftop of the Galeries Lafayette, so you have to move slowly the button. From the rooftop, we can distinguish the hill of Montmartre, and we can see from here the Sacré-Cœur, which is the highest land part of Paris. Sacré-Cœur of Montmartre. So you see, we are in a very, very high position. We are completely at the rooftop of the city, and I'm going to show you the other side of the city from here. So we are not alone on the rooftop, you see. There's many people which are doing a visit in Paris and which are making pictures. So if any of you have got a little bit, frightened about the height, be careful, because in a couple of seconds, we're going to see Paris and we're going to see the complete ground floor from here, and it's quite high. So here is Paris, and you are all heard that Notre Dame has been reopened last week. So here is Notre Dame. I mean, we are far, far away, so I make my zoom maximum, but you see the two towers you see in front of you right now in the center of the screen. This is the two towers light up of Notre Dame, which is, of course, a fantastic news that Notre Dame has restarted and reopened to the public. And then from here, also, of course, you can see from that rooftop, from the 7th floor, you can have a great view in Paris. So here, just in front of me, this is the big, how you call that? A ferry, wow, the round things, turning, ferry wheels, something like that, which is in the Tuileries Garden. And here, you've got the Opera House of Paris, we are just in front of the Opera House. And so be careful now, because we're going to not jump, okay? I'm just going to pull my camera down from that position, okay, to the complete ground floor. Here it is. So this is the Boulevard Haussmann. And you see all the trees are all light up like if it was a way of gold. It's a bit noisy. You may hear some wind in my mic. It's because it's very windy. So if you hear winds, it's normal. And you see there's also a big Christmas tree over there. You see if I zoom on it. See, there is a big Christmas tree. This is the ground floor of Paris. And you see, there's some traffic jam. Yes, all the red spot, it's not Christmas light, it's the stop of the car. Don't take it for, this is not Christmas tree, okay? Just the car which are in the traffic jam. Let's move the other side of the roof. So like that, you'll have a complete view from Paris. So now I'm walking on the terrace. I'm at the upper position of the Galeries Lafayette, 7th floor. So really the highest position you can be in this part of Paris, because there is nothing more than the 7th floor here. We've got a big Paris Je t'aime. If you've seen on my Instagram, this is one of the pictures that I leave on my Instagram. You see Paris Je t'aime, like that. So people, of course, go in front of that, take pictures. And in the full background over there, you can distinguish the Eiffel Tower. Right over there. So let's have a quick look to the Eiffel Tower from here. One I would see, maybe I would decide with Robert to make a special tour about the Eiffel Tower to see the blinking show. We can think about that. So now I'm going to the west part of the building. So I'm crossing the terrace from east to west to arrive to the closest position to have the best view on the Eiffel Tower. So I'm just walking all through the terrace. You see the sky of Paris is not bad tonight. It's very cold. It's windy, but a bit cloudy, but I mean, still very correct. And here we are. I'm just getting a little space here. Okay, perfect. So you see over there, you've got the Eiffel Tower. So you see that the ground floor, and the Eiffel Tower is completely over there. Maybe you want me to zoom a little bit on it? That's good. A bit more? Even a bit more? Okay. Here is the Eiffel Tower. We're nearly in, no? The zoom is that new phone that I got have got quite a quality zoom, so you really feel like being inside the Eiffel Tower. You see on the left side of the Eiffel Tower, we've got the Invalides, which is the building which is right here. You see the round building over there. This is the grave of Napoleon I. That's where he's buried. And if you go the opposite side of the Eiffel Tower, you may see, it's very far away, so you can't see a lot. You just can see the rooftop, I mean the top of it, the Arc of Triumph, which is going to be here. Let me zoom on it. I can't do better than that, you see? That's the top part of the Arc of Triumph. So on the roof you see in front of the Eiffel Tower, there is one which is a little bit blue. This is in fact the glass roof of the Grand Palais. And the one which is like a triangle, this is the Church of Madeleine. You could see all clearly? That was fine for everybody? A last view from the rooftop of Paris. And then we go down to the shop. And then we go to the windows. All good, Robert? Connection is good?
Connection is good, Patrick.
Perfect. So, tell me, okay, if it gets blurry. And in case of any disconnection, I reconnect immediately. So now we go down, and we have to go down 4th floor to make a stop at the 3rd floor. It's hot, so now I have to open my jacket because I've come from a very cold place, and now I go in a very hot place. So this is a big escalator. So you see, you can come here by escalators to reach the 7th floor. And this is some pictures of the Galeries Lafayette during the different time of the building of the Galeries Lafayette. So you've got some black and white pictures, some colors, and you see the different history of the gallery. So right here, I just come back on me because it's not, even if I'm not so interesting, I mean, it's better than just seeing the air going down by the escalators. So the history of that building, it's this year, the 130. in the 1980s. So she may have seen exactly what we're going to see today, because you see the Galeries Lafayette. I try to open my jacket, you see, but it doesn't. I can't, because the Galeries Lafayette has been created in 1894. This year, it's the 130th anniversary of this department store. It's not the oldest one in Paris, okay? The oldest one is named Au Bon Marché. And there is 4 big department stores in Paris. Galeries Lafayette, Printemps, the one we go after, which means the spring, La Samaritaine, Le Bon Marché, et le Bazar de l'Hôtel de Ville. That's 5 department stores. And you must know, you must remember that the one who invented the department store are French, okay? And the Bon Marché is the first one in the early 19th centuries. The ideas of the department store is to create a huge store where you can find everything, but not only where you can find everything. You can see you can find many products, but also what is very important, these products are changing, and that's what is important. Because in fact, when you were going to a normal shop, you were having one product, and then it wasn't changing for 6 months. You know, for instance, you're a lady, you go to buy a dress, and you are for the spring summer collection. So then you have to wait the autumn winter collection. And during 6 months, nothing new. But in this department store, every 2 weeks, they bring new products. So of course, this is a paradise for the consumption, because as they bring new products, what you want to do, of course, is you want to go and come back. You want to see and see again what they are going to propose you. So of course, like that, people comes and come back in the department store. And also they're going to create incredible things that nowadays for us is quite normal, but at that time it wasn't normal. They're going to create, for instance, the mail order. The first mail order is with department store. They're going to create the capacity of buying with credit. That's the department store. They're going also to propose you to, if you are not happy, to be able to return the product. That's the department store. They're also going to send you sample if you want to get a sample. So you see, I mean, many innovations for the department store. So now I turn back my video. If it went well, I'm very happy, because it means the connection hasn't faded or hasn't been blurred. So I'm very happy. So now we are in the shop, and look at that. The shop is all decorated with Art Nouveau, and it has got a fantastic dome, which is dating so from the end of the 19th century, at the time of the Art Nouveau, and that dome is all glass. It's like a church, you know, it's stained glasses. All what you see here, there are stained glasses. I just try to zoom on it. You see, stained glasses everywhere. And we are in little alcove. And each of these alcove is welcoming a shop on 5 levels. And all the decoration are Art Nouveau too. You see, it's made of brass. You see, for instance, the balcony here. You see all that, for instance, right where I'm now, you see that brass. So it's made of brass and also glazed stone. I just try to show glazed stone. Yes, here. You see where you've got the lamp? Just look here. You see that is glazed stone. Let me zoom on it for you to see. It's all decorated Art Nouveau. You can imagine how beautiful it is. I mean, you can more than imagine, because you can see. And so every year they put at the top, at the complete top, let's go there. They put at the complete top. Okay, here it is. We arrive. Yes, here. You see, they are suspending from the very top. You see, there's lots of line. They are suspending from the very top the largest Christmas tree that we've got. It's not a real Christmas tree. I mean, it's not made of wood, but it's a built Christmas tree, decorated Christmas tree. Let's have a look at it. Connection is still good?
Yeah, Patrick, the connection is still good.
Perfect. Isn't it beautiful?
It's beautiful.
And you see, it's all decorated with little light. It's made of metal this year to make it light. It's aluminum to make it light. And of course, at the ground floor where we go, You know how Frenchman knows how to speak to ladies. You know, you have got the Frenchman have got some words that they can easily say to the ladies. These words work in all the languages. I'm going to show you these words. Lancôme, Dior, Tom Ford, Guerlain, Chanel, Hermès, Cartier. You see, these words work in all languages. You don't need to speak French, you see? You speak French already. Okay, because of course in the shop here, you've got the largest and all the precious and expensive stuff are there to make you ready to buy some present to your wife or to your husband or to your kids or family. Well, for kids, it's not this floor. It's a fifth floor where the toys are. Could we go to Dior? You need to get your lipstick? Okay. So let's go to Dior. But here in the perfume section, no, they have got some lipstick. I see them from here. So we go down now. So like that, you can see the Christmas tree from the ground floor, because so far we were at the second floor and we are not at the complete bottom. So 2 more floors to go. And then you will be at the ground floor. So hope the connection is going to be still good for the last 2 floors. So far, I'm very happy because it's not too blurry. I was worrying because sometimes with so many people, it's not perfect. And then we go out and we're going to discover the windows. So who these department stores are targeting when they start their history? You know, they have got a very specific target. This target, it starts with a W, woman. Absolutely. Okay. It's not for men. It's not for kids. It's for women. And so they are going to create the most largest possible product for the ladies feeling like buying everything. And after that, that there is another important target, the kids. Because if a lady comes with kids, if kids wants to see, it means that you are going to parents. So that shop under the Christmas tree, and especially to pass by the Dior shop, right? So, you know, you can't smell it because you are not with me, but this is my perfume, Terre d'Hermès. And that's Dior. That's your lipstick. Look, Sammy, must be somewhere here. Somewhere in that one. I don't know which one is it. I'm not specialized in lipstick, but I'm sure you have seen it. And now, be under the big tree. And just pull up my camera to show you the tree that we have seen from the second floor. Now we see it from the ground floor. Oh, look, it's marvelous. You see, that's all. And over there, you've got the rooftop. And you see, we are just under the Christmas tree. Beautiful, no? So that's why it's a magical moment, Christmas, where the shop is magic all the year long, but with Christmas, you also have got something more, how can I say, more special with the Christmas atmosphere. So we spend some time in the shop, and you see, I'm not the only one who's taking pictures because look, all these people. You see, the shop is not only a place to buy, sometimes just the people like these people, you see, maybe they're going to buy, I don't know. But they also go to the shop just to to see the shop and to discover what there is inside. So now we're going to go out and we're going to see the Christmas windows. Why these Christmas windows are important? Because, as I say, these shops don't only, because if the kids come, the parents come with the kids, and during the time the parents are there, maybe they are going to buy something. So it's a double occasion. So we are in front of the Eau de Dior shop. This is not for the lipstick. This is for the handbags. Not bad either, no? And Dior put a, I'm going to show it for the one who loves Dior. All that is Dior, okay? We are in the Dior. This is the jewelries, watches, necklace. All that is Dior. And you see at the front entrance, they put a display, which is like a zoo. Not a zoo, or maybe like the jungle. I don't know exactly. Where they put, of course, some clothes, but also you see some animals, all are light up inside. You see here the little the monkey. You see the other side of the monkey. You've got a kind of got a bird. It's not a peacock, but well. Here you've got a deer. All the flowers are light up. Here you've got a lion, and you see the sky. It's like a sky of butterfly and two lions. And here you've got a unicorn. You all have met a unicorn once, I'm sure. So in case you have never seen a unicorn, this is the one from Dior. Lovely unicorn, no? And you see all the flowers are light up inside, which creates something very fairy moment. And the sky is the famous, like a firework with a star, because the star is the logo, the symbol of Christian Dior. We go out now. We had a nice time in the shop. And now I'm in the cold. I'm in the street. You see, that's where we were. Okay, that's what you've seen from the top floor, from the terrace, and now we are in the street. So we are in the middle of the trees, and we've seen the opera house from the sky. Now you see, you can see the opera house from the street level, and you see everywhere the trees are light up. The Champs-Élysées are exactly like that. And so the Galeries and the Printemps, the two department stores, which are one next to one and which are in competition, try to attract the most possible kids to see the windows. So I show you one of the Gallery and then we go to the one of the Printemps because my decision is Printemps this year did better. So I prefer to show you the one from the Printemps. But first, have a quick look to the best one from the Gallery. And you see, look here, the kids. You see, that's what the people want. They want to bring the kids and they want the kid gets completely emotional by that. And they want that the kids, you see, he's very happy and he's going to get good memories. Oh, no, he's not happy, in fact, because he didn't take the pictures as he wanted. And you see, these windows is proposing all the little animals. So it's puppets, it's animated puppets. So these puppets are, for instance, that one is a cake, which is playing music. That one is a kind of imaginative bird. And all these puppets are animated with strings, which go, you see the strings here, okay? And there is in the roof, hide it, there is a little engine. You see the engine turning. So the engine are pulling the strings to make the puppets animated. And of course, you can't hear, but there's music. Not very loud anyway. The music is dun 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 dun. Well, I stopped singing because the weather is so good. And of course, a Christmas without him won't be a real Christmas. So you see, it's a Santa Claus made of Christmas decoration. Red and white, having sunglasses because it's too sunny in Paris. Okay, so let's go to see the windows now. So the windows, it's a great event. The windows is there for something like a month. Okay, they start in November, sorry, and they finish in Christmas. And people come from all over France, to see these windows. And this is a very important event that we know this is going to be the first day of the windows. And the next day, lots of people come to discover because every year the trees and the windows are different. The thematic and the subject of that is every year different. So we don't know what we're going to face this year, and we don't know what it's going to be next year. And you see everywhere and also you've got some caritative organization like the Salvation Army here. Which are, of course, trying to get some donation for the people who are unfortunately not able to have got a happy Christmas. So for that, people are going to give some donation. And so everybody would be able to feast Christmas accordingly to, of course, what they can afford for. So you see, you've got view. You use also the sounds, your ears, because there's music, and also you can have smell, you see, because here, what that? Oh, it's some crepe, no? You see, he's preparing some crepe. So the people are lining here and begin to prepare some crepe, some good crepe. Chocolate one for this one. And that one, I don't know what he's going to put on it. He just prepared the half of it. Then he's going to put to the other one. And then he's going to put, I don't know, sweet or butter or jam or chocolate. I don't know exactly. He has to finish the first part is cooking, and then he's going to turn it to the other crepe here. So these windows are not specially for Christmas, but they still are windows from the shop. And you see, we are really walking under the sky. You see, if I do like that, it sounds like if we are inside a golden sky. And that's what you feel when you walk in the street. So we are at the end of the first shop of the Galeries Lafayette, and we arrived to the Printemps, the competitors. The Printemps this year decided to make a very interesting Christmas windows because they decided to make a complete story. What is that story? That story is you take the train and you go to your Christmas destination. So you go to the train station, you take the train, you go in the train, you get ready for the dinner, you go to the dinner, then you go to the bed, and then the next morning, the Christmas presents are there because Santa Claus, of course, prepared and brought to you all the presents. That's what we are going to see now. And I'm going to tell you, and of course, you maybe not be able to reply because a part of that is going to be a bit messy in the chat, but I'm going to tell you the history, some chestnut. If you like some chestnut, hot chestnut, always lovely. Smelling very good. I love that. I did some in my fireplace this weekend at the barbecue like that. So I'm going to tell you how I understand the story, okay? It doesn't mean that the kids which are going to look at it understand it as me. It doesn't mean you understand it as me, okay? Because of course, this is about imagination. This is about to make you think about something. So you see here, they prepared a little stage. So like that, the kids can walk on the stage and they are not going to be disturbed by the adult, which are going to be in front of them. But don't sorry, okay, adults are also coming to see that. So where are we? We are at the train station. So you see here, they decided to put puppets who looks like a doll. And then it's also animated. So it's an incredible story. So first, you see, you go to the train station, and of course, you go to the ticket office because you need to get a ticket de train, okay? Train ticket. Without the ticket de train, you won't be able to go into the train. And look, the dog, he's so excited. He also has got his train ticket in his mouth. So when you got the train ticket, what do you do then? Of course, you have to stamp it to make it clear to enter to the train. So that's what you do, you know, you go to the stamping station and then you are going to go to the platform. So you see, everything is going to be there to go to the platform. Oh, you see Paris in the back? Oh, what's happened? What's happened to that lady? Why she's moving the arms with the ticket? You know, the kids are going to think, what she's doing? Why she's doing that? Why she's moving? Oh, look, mother. She's running. Look, she's running. Oh, yes, she's running. So I think she forgot her luggage. No, I think she didn't get a good train. No, I think she forgot to stamp the ticket. I don't know. You know, everybody is going to have got an imagination of why that lady is running back to the ticket office. During that time, some go to the platform and there is a kid here. Oh, that's funny. You see, there is a little girl who is playing on the, not the slider, but you know, the swinging door to enter to the train station. But of course, that's a little bit dangerous. So the mother is here. And look, the mother. Oh my God, what are you doing? Please leave my daughter. She's going to fall down. You know, she's something like that. No, that's how you will react if you see your kids, which are turning like that in a fast time with a man. But the dogs, you see, the dog doesn't care about that. The dog is very happy. Yeah, the dog is very happy. So the dog is really, he doesn't know that's fun, that's a good fun. So now I'm going to ask you, you see there's another dog here. See, there's a woman, and see the woman in green, the green jacket, she's pulling the leash. You see, she has got a leash, and she's pulling the leash of the dog. Why is she pulling the leash of the dog? That's a good question, you know? Because the dog doesn't move, and she wants him to move. Why that? Don't forget we are on the train platform, and what that dog is doing. Oh, he's making a pee. He's making a pee. My God. See the dog. He's peeing in the train station. That's why the owner said, don't do that, stupid dog. Come with me. So you see that first windows, it's a complete history. It's like a movie, you know? And the kids love that. And they're going to have got incredible imagination for that. So now, okay, fair enough. We've got the ticket, we're on the platform, we need to enter the train. Of course, when we go to the train, we don't go without anything. We take a luggage. So you see, yes, the puppets have to be well dressed. So you see the man bring the luggage to you. Very important. All these windows cost a lot of money. So they are sponsorized. Don't forget there is business behind that. Don't forget the kids are there looking at that, but the parents, they don't only look at the puppets, they also look at the product, which are real products, which are there, which are displayed to give ideas of the parents to buy things. These are real products, real size products. Of course, after that, if you want to buy the product, you've got on the side of the windows a list of the products which are inside the windows, and you've got the price, and you've got the location where to find them in the shop. So that's the idea, you know, for the shop, it costs nothing because the sponsor, which are putting the product in the windows, pay money to have the product displayed. And like that, they can provide every year. Superb. You agree with me? He agreed with me. You see, say, yes, Patrick, you're absolutely correct. I like your explanation. And please, have you got something, some sweet for me, please? Because I have been a good pet today. And then now, this is my favorite one. This one is the one I prefer maybe. This one, she's dancing. Oh, I love her. I think she's so funny. You see, she has got that beautiful orange or yellow orange speck fur dress. She put her sunglasses. She has got a pet under the arms and she's dancing. She's so happy to go for holidays. And she also brings a friend with her. She brings a goose. Who brings a goose in her luggage? Doesn't really matter. She does it. But I'm sure you agree with me. I like you, ladies. You're fantastic. You know, I like your lipstick. I like things that please. I think one advice, you should take a size larger because I think that it's a little bit too tight. So I worry that when you are going to sit, your dress may break. And not only the dress, proof, all that must break. So maybe a size larger will be better for you. Anyway, during that time, you know, the people from the train bring all the luggage and put all the luggage in the train, and the people start going to the to sit in the train. So you see like that here, there is somebody which is really sitting. Who is she? Let's see. Oh, it's a granny. Oh yes, it's a granny who is sitting, and she's waving a white little tissues. Why that? Oh, she must say hey, bye-bye to somebody. So who brought her to the train station and she's bye-bye to who? She's saying bye-bye to her husband. You see, the husband came, and why the husband has to stay in Paris and don't go holidays? Because he has to take care about the dog for him. You see, he's very courageous French man staying there, sacrificing himself, going to the cafe with friends during the time his wife go to see the grandkids at the mountain. So now the train is ready to leave, and we're going to leave with the train. So we move all around. Of course, there's people which are saying stuff in the street. You see, we're still under the sky, which is blinking. And we arrive to the kids' place in the train. So what's happened? I'm sure the kids are all being very quiet because they're going to go to bed. So it's going to be a quiet moment. Yes, let's see what's happened. So you see here, there's a kid has got a fabulous, it looks like Canadian one, no? going to cut a tree. And so you see here, you see that one, he brings books, of course, because some kids are very, very good, very, very serious. So they're going to read. Okay, that little girl brought her guinea pigs in the train. That one already, he's in pyjama, ready to sleep. He already has got the pillow. He's going to sleep. So everything seems going well. No, I think everything is perfect. Nothing to worry. Oh, I hear somebody screaming. What's happened? Oh my gosh, somebody fell down. Look at that. Ooh la la. The people are just holding her. She's upside down. She fell down. Happily, courageous man, they saved her, and she's not going to injure herself. But what's happened? What's happened? Why do you think it's happened? Why did she fall down from the upper deck of the bed? Maybe some stupid friends made her frightened. Yes, indeed. You see, one disguised himself like he was a ghost, and she has been so frightened that she fell down. Ah, bad one. And you see, the kids are all there. You see, the parents are there with the kids. The parents are laughing, and the kids are very happy. And he has got his Santa Claus bonnet, and you see they're pointing, look, mommy, fantastic, fantastic. And so now, I'm sure the last part of the train, I mean, the last part of the kids' rooms, you all have done that, no? If somebody said, I've never done that, you can raise your hand now. But I'm sure nobody's going to raise the hand because what the kids are going to do before going to bed, a pillow fight. We all did that. So don't try to fool me and don't try to tell me you never did a pillow fight in your life, okay? Hitting your brother, hitting your sister, hitting your friends, hitting your parents. We have all done that, okay? So it's a huge pillow fight in the kids' room. Oh, look, she's so happy. If you look at the face, she's so happy. You see, for her, the eyes is like if she's discovering something completely crazy. All the kids are passing in front of me, and all of them, look, they try to make the larger eyes if possible. They try to memorize the most of the things they can do. Some are very young when they come. That one, he's very young. But he's happy, you see, he's passing on the platform and he's looking. You see, look at them, how they are looking at. It's magic. And you see, he's touching the windows. He felt like going inside. Can I go inside, mommy? Can I go inside? I want to touch them. Okay, so now the kids are going to sleep. So it's time for you ladies to dress up because there is a dinner coming. So we are going to arrive to the dressing room where the ladies are going to dress up. This is the dressing room. You see, they have got huge luggage, like you see the luggage that you bring into the boat when you are traveling from France to America or from France to England or Australia or whatever. And you see, here the mummies have got all the products. So of course, all these products which are here are real stuff that you can find into the shop. Okay, it's a kind of display product that you can buy into the shop, and you can find all the price on the side of the window. But of course, it's also very funny to see how they put real clothes and fancy clothes to the ladies. So you see her, she has got a green clothes, a bit silky one, nice gold shoes. During that time, the man is pulling up the drawer to find some of the things. So here we have got the leopard girl with her dog. Oh, superb. Or leopard or tiger lady, I don't know. Absolutely superb. And here, one of my favorite too. That one. That one, I like her. See, look, she has got a very nice face, small little ears, very nice hairstyle, and a nice pink speck furs. And what is she doing? Aha, what is she doing? She looks happy. In fact, she's trying shoes. She's trying a new pair of shoes for tonight. Yes, very nice diamonds. You see? Yes, she's trying to this pair of shoes. Well, the shoes maybe are a little bit um, uh, a little bit big for the feet, of course, because it's a puppet and the shoes are real. You see, these shoes are coming from, we have got Susan from England. You see, these shoes are coming from London, okay? It's Jimmy's shoe. And do you know how much? You can just put some figures. Do you know how much these shoes cost? $500. I promise you have no interest in Jimmy shoe, okay? I don't have any auction of Jimmy shoe. So $500, not at all. More than that. If you buy them here, you pay less than that, Tammy, but not so far. 1,350 euros, so something like $1,500. But anyway, the mother, when the kids are looking at that, they look at the shoes, they take a little piece of paper or they take their phone. Yes, both shoes, absolutely. And and then they send a little text message to the husband, say, "Oh, darling, I've just seen these little shoes in the windows. In case you don't know what to buy for Christmas, you can find them, in the Galeries Lafayette. 5, don't forget, it's 5." Or I don't know, 4, 5.30. I don't know what the size of that lady. You were like a princess. This is Printemps. So we were in front of Galeries Lafayette, and now we're in front of Printemps. The two shops are one next to one, okay? That's a Chanel. They're really just one next to one. So you walk 2 minutes and you go from the Galeries Lafayette to the Printemps. And each shop have got two stores, and you don't need to leave, you see, because that's one of the entrance. So you don't need to go out like that to go to the street, to go to the other one, because it's getting a little bit cold. So you can stay into the shop and you pass by a little sky bridge. Isn't it Paris fantastic? So now you're ready to go for dinner. So let's go for the dinner. So let's see the Christmas window of the wagon, the dinner wagon. Here we are. That's the goose. That's the goose. So she hasn't been eaten really good. And that person, she's moving her fork and knife there. I want my dinner. Where is my dinner? Be quicker. And I think we've got something from Texas here. Look, must be a Texas man, no? With that fantastic Stanton hat, coming with the beloved lady and having a bit of champagne. Oh, what best to have some champagne in Paris for Christmas, of course. But they are not really in Paris, they're in the trend, but never mind. And then here, you've got the table where people are going to eat. So the waiter is pulling the things to show what there is going to be in. It's a lobster. But look that dog. Oh, I think that dog has been stolen some sausages in the cook place, in the kitchen place. And you know why he's pulling like that? Because in fact, there's another dog. And the other dog also took the same part of sausages, and now they are both fighting to know who is going to get the largest part of it. Yeah. And you've got that man with a very nice pink jacket who's having his dog. I think that lady has been drinking a little bit too much. I don't know why, but she doesn't seem to me very, very. I think she drank a little bit too much. You should put back your glass and take some water now, lady. And now there is a lady who prefers to stay in bedroom. She has got a suite bedroom, It's not only a bedroom in the train, but it's a suite in the train. This is the entrance. Let's see. So this is the car number 18 and the room number 17. And that shop is sponsored by a very famous American brand, Dyson, who do the Hoover and the hair dryer. So you see, this is Dyson product, which are sponsored in these rooms. And so you see, you go into the rooms, and she has got a large bed. Yes, you never see a bed like that in the train, but for Christmas, everything is possible, of course. And she's sitting, and she has got in front of her a strawberry cake. I don't know if she's going to eat all of that, but the dog has got a nice little cake. Yes, you're happy? Of course you're happy. Look what you have. Strawberry, blackberry. I mean, you should be happy. And then the ladies pour her, because there's two guys who wants to make the hairdressing, but they are not agreeing. So you see, one of the guy is trying to make her curly hair, when the other one is trying to make her straight hair. So now she has to make a decision, because she can't go out like that. It's not possible, no? So decide, girl, but don't go out like that. And the husband is waiting on the side, and the husband is just saying, okay, please, can we go now? Okay, it was nice, but can we move now? And after that, our two last windows, because after the dinner, what do you have after dinner? Chocolate, of course. Yes, chocolate. And there is a brand in France which is making a little round chocolate called Ferrero Rocher. And that brand is the one which is sponsorizing the next window. So we see we are not alone in the street. We are passing in front of people. Here we arrive. Ooh, many chocolate, plenty of chocolate. And the kids are very happy that they see the chocolate and also they see the puppets. You see beautiful, this little hair. Look at all these kids. They are so excited, so happy, trying to see the much they can, trying to memorize the most of what they can see. And you see that the chocolate box which are here, and everybody bringing chocolate box. And you're going to have got huge possible chocolate for dessert. And of course, you've got a big Christmas tree. Some presents are already there, but not all of them. Well, that's my story, you know, Linda. So maybe this is not the story of everybody. Maybe you can have a completely different story. Maybe these three kids which are living right now, they have got another stories. I mean, everybody has got its own stories. That's how I feel myself. But everybody can have I've got their own interpretation. On the last windows, of course, the trains arrive to the station. The conductor of the trains whistle. He has got a whistle. He's going to whistle. Look at him. Here he is. See that the train conductor say, "Okay, we arrive," and he whistle. This is finished. You finish your journey. And so, what are the people are going to do? Of course, they are going to take out all the presents which have been brought by Santa Claus into the train to be able to put all the presents by the Christmas tree. So like that, when the kids are going to wake up in the morning, they are going to go to the Christmas tree and all the presents will be there. So you see, they are bringing down all the presents to the kids. You see, like here, everybody is preparing the present for the Christmas tree. And the shop is named Printemps, like spring. So, my friends, we're gently arriving to the end of the tour. And I'm going to show you the shop from the outside. The Printemps is also very beautiful from the outside. Let me cross the street. And meanwhile, if you've got some question or some reaction or some complaint, it's time to shoot.
So, Patrick, J.A. asks, is there a place in Paris for horse-drawn carriage rides during the festival light displays?
A carriage ride?
That's right,
no.
Horse-drawn carriage rides.
No, not in Paris.
Yeah. Lee says, I love your tours. Thanks so much.
My pleasure.
Yeah, Linda says, Linda loves your stories. Let's see here. Just a lot of people loving what you were showing. Tammy says, I love this so much. Even the puppets are so well dressed. Susan says, Patrick, you are absolutely correct. Tammy liked the diamond earrings. Let's see here. Steve loved it. Lynette says, wonderful. Stephanie loves your tours. Diane says, this was so wonderful, it made me cry. Another Diane says, I enjoyed this so much. You're a great tour guide. Jan says, delightful presentation. I felt like I was in Paris. AS says, thank you for the wonderful tour. AS wants to know, what time is it right now in Paris?
It's 6 p.m.
Richard wants to know, is snow...
No, 6:30. 6:30, sorry.
Yeah, 6:30. Richard wants to know, will you be getting snow for Christmas? What's the forecast calling for?
No snow in Paris for Christmas. We had snow in November.
Oh, there you go.
But they don't forecast snow. It's cold, but not snowy. And you know, with the change of climate, now we hardly have snow in Paris for Christmas. I should say, unfortunately, because when I was a schoolboy, every mid-December it would start snowing, and I knew then when it was start snowing, it was going to be Christmas. So for me, you know, I have got some, how can I say, I've got some idea of the season. And with the idea of the season, I could figure out. Now the seasons are so messy. You know, you can have snow in April and you can have sun in November. So it's very, very strange. So
Yeah,
sorry.
we haven't had much snow in Massachusetts here yet. I think it might have snowed for about 30 seconds. Tammy wants to know, what is the temperature right now in Paris?
So in centigrade is 7.
Oh my gosh. An anonymous attendee says, thanks so much. Diane says the shops and decorations were incredibly beautiful. Marla wants to know, what neighborhoods are these shops in? Are we on the right bank or the left bank?
So that's interesting question. And the reply is quite easy. It's expensive, it's precious, it's right bank. If it's intellectual, it's left bank. Okay. So you know, we are by the Opera House. We are just behind the Opera House.
Diane says, thanks so much from Cape Cod. Denise says the shop windows were incredibly clever and she loved the lights. Janet says, I love the tour and now I want to revisit Paris. And she says, you're a charming tour leader.
And so I will be happy to welcome you in Paris and to guide you in Paris.
Maxine says, wonderful tour, beautiful windows. Nancy says, this reminds me of Christmas time in New York. So a couple folks want to know, how do they get in touch with you, Patrick?
So I think that, Robert, you put my details, if I remember well, by the tour, I don't know, I think you send once the details. So if you can do that, yes. You can send my email or my WhatsApp number, but email is really easy and you can get in touch with me by that. And if you get in touch with me by the email, just precise that you are coming from the Tewksbury show, so like that I can think who you are.
There you go.
Part of that. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I will, in the follow-up email, I will include Patrick's website and his contact information. Patrick, there's just so many positive comments in the chat. I'm not going to read them all. I'm looking for questions. An anonymous attendee asks, have you been to Notre Dame since it reopened?
Yep.
Yeah. Someone wants to know, do you ever give tours, Patrick, of the Eiffel Tower?
I mean, virtual tour or in-person tour?
They don't say, but how about either?
Okay. So either, yes, of course, in-person tour, but that has to be programmed in advance because to go to the 3rd floor, it's overbooked. So they open the reservation, the booking only 2 months in advance. So if you want to go there, for instance, I just take an example. You want to go there for the 1st of March, you have to be ready to your computer the 1st of January. And from that, you have to book. Because if you wake up the 25th of February for the 1st of March, you sure you won't get ticket for the 3rd floor. But part of that is always possible, yes, to do the Eiffel Tower. Then I was thinking at the beginning of the tour, maybe I was thinking to speak about that once, Robert, we could do a kind of tour by the Eiffel Tower by night, but not inside, but the outside, and to see the sparkling show and to see the river. I mean, it needs to be it needs to be a day like today where the sky is good. Because yesterday, for instance, it was foggy, and so the Eiffel Tower was half height. So that's like hidden. I mean, so that I can't deal with the weather. So it's always a little bit tricky. But if it's a beautiful weather like today, of course, yes, it's possible also to do it virtual.
Jackie says this was fabulous, and I loved the dogs. You are so much fun. Carolyn says, thank you for the enjoyable and delightful tour. Adair says this was a fabulous tour. I loved it. I haven't been there in years, and this made me homesick. Jean says, I loved the tour. Joanne says, magic for the holidays. So lovely. Please do more tours. Lee says it was wonderful. Kathy says it was magnificent. And she says, Merry Christmas to you and your loved ones. Jean says that Patrick has such a lovely laugh that bubbles out of him, and that makes me happy. And I love his accent and his joyful way of expressing everything. Kate noticed how clean the sidewalks are in Paris, and she says that must be a pedestrian's joy. EE says, thank you. Frank says, bravo again, Patrick. Anita says, lovely. Such a desire to see all this in person. I've been to Paris. I've been to France for almost a month. That was a few years ago. I'm never tired about hearing about Paris. Christine says, Patrick, you have such a jolly manner. It makes me feel better. Roseanne says, thanks for the wonderful presentation. Let's see. Renee wants to know, the dogs are lovely, but where were the cats? Why were there no cats in the windows, Patrick?
They have been eaten by the dogs. No,
oh, no, Patrick.
No, in fact, the dogs show the loyalties. When the cats show the liberty when we speak about art. So I think this year they decided to put dogs, but that's just my interpretation, because we also saw 2 goose, but it's true, there is no cats at all. I think the cats, maybe they are already on the roof and they are just strolling somewhere in Paris. I don't know. And
Sue says, yeah, sorry, yes. Patrick.
No, please.
I'm running down. I got to keep complimenting you. We're almost over here. So Sue says it was a wonderful tour. Marcia says this was a lot of fun. Carol noted she was surprised by all the people wearing sneakers. Kathy says, thank you for the wonderful tour. Mark says, how do you like the new Notre Dame? I saw it, the Nouveau Notre Dame.
Well,
thoughts
of course,
on Notre Dame?
Yeah, it's beautiful, because in every bad thing, there is always a good thing. Of course, the bad is the fire. Happily, no human casualties. So, I mean, it's just a building, but not a building, Notre Dame. But the good thing is it has been rebuilt exactly as it was before, and all clean, all renovated. So it means I've never seen Notre Dame like that from my lifetime, because I think the last cleaning of Notre Dame was 2 centuries ago. So when you were going inside, it was all the limestone were dark and dirty. And I was thinking, oh, Notre Dame is nice, but on the other hand, I prefer, for instance, to go to Saint-Germain, some of the churches in Paris, which are much nicer. And now Notre Dame is so bright, so clear, so clean, so renovated. Of course, that it's, you feel like you are in the 14th centuries, and you just enter into the church when the church was just finished.
So Linda and Patrick say this was wonderful, and EE says your sense of humor is always great, and it makes your tours lots of fun. So Patrick, any last words from the audience?
Okay, myself, I'm going to wish you, to all of you, of course, a very happy Christmas, and of course, a very good New Eve. And I wish for you, for the next year, all the best. And I hope to see you to the next tour with Robert, and to see you, if you come to Paris in person, please contact me. It would be a pleasure to meet all of you, and especially, so happy Christmas and happy New Year for you and all your beloved.
So great job as always, Patrick. Folks, look for an email from me either later today or tomorrow with a link to this recording and information about some other upcoming virtual programs. I'm sure we'll have Patrick back at some point in the first quarter of 2025. And please make sure to fill out the feedback survey when you exit the Zoom. So thank you all so much. And if you celebrate, have a Merry Christmas. Thanks again, Patrick.